What do we do when our tried and true tricks to calm ourselves down don't work? There's a lot happening in the world right now. And I believe that each of us has a particular way to kind of soothe that feverish brow within our hearts, to just kind of place a cool compress on that part of our hearts or our minds that are racing because there's just way too much happening in the world. My heart and my mind just can't handle all this influx of news or information or fill in the blank. And each of us has a way of easing the strain. What happens when that way of easing the strain doesn't really work? For example, I rely on history. When I see something that's going on in the news or an event that occurs or some interpersonal dynamic that I experience, it helps me. My way of easing the strain is to take a step back and to see in a meta view the history of the whole experience, whether it's in a global aspect in the world or if it happens to be in a particular section of the world or even an interpersonal experience. That's a way that I can, it's kind of like you could call it like a modifying factor, something I bring in to help give me a perspective or provide some relief. And let's get real, sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes when I turn to history, it doesn't ease the strain. It doesn't cool the fever. It doesn't silence all of the noise in the back of my head or the pounding of my heart. That's not a judgment on me. That's not a judgment on you. It just is. Sometimes when the weather changes in our hearts or in our lives, it brings thunderstorms that are stronger than we expect. It might bring thunder and lightning in the middle of a snowstorm in January. It might mean a really hot day that we did not expect. We adjust. We find a way to ease the strain in a way that meets our values, that supports our beliefs, that soothes our heart, that calms our mind, that allows us to be present with ourselves and with our loved ones in the midst of an emotional hailstorm. Take cover when you can. Tend your heart. Ease the strain as you are able. And know that your core, your center can hold, and it will hold. It's yours. No matter what the weather is, it will pass. That which you've relied on in the past, you can rely on again. If you feel like it's failing you in a particular moment, well, that moment will pass. I'm Catherine Gabriel-Jones. I'm an encouragement coach. And I encourage you, when you feel the need to ease the strain, to place a metaphorical cool compress on your hot and feverish forehead. Know that the time that you need to engage that's okay. You don't have to be all things to all people all the time. You can take a beat, take a breath, and take a moment. Don't worry, the road's still going to be there. You got this.